Hello dear students, you're welcome to another series of revision, especially in Kcse. I am your teacher, Ronald Sakeja. In case you may have missed revision material, let's say from the previous years, let's say from 2006 to the previous year, please you can get in touch with me and I'll be free to share it with you. In case you're getting this video on YouTube, ensure that you really subscribe, promote your teacher, and tell others of this very helpful resource. So for this lesson or revision, we're going to revise poetry, of which most people take it to be so complex, but be sure that whatever was written by man is also possible to be understood by the same man. So you are not different. The poet is just like you, is a human being, having the senses that you have, is also existing in the planet Earth that we are in. So don't mind and never accept whatever myth that people have developed and said poetry is hard. Poetry is passable and poetry is sweet because it reflects what happens in our society. Now, if you're asked what is taking place in your society, I'm sure that you'll be able to say how people are struggling with issues of love, how corruption has eaten the economy, and even how marriages are actually getting into problems. Each day a partner comes home and says they would want a divorce. These are things that are contemporary, how young people are getting into drugs and how poverty is eating up people. Now, that is how literature is. It is a mirror to the society. So if you don't understand your society, then you'll not understand literature. But then if you understand what takes place around you, then you are so much able to comprehend what is in any piece of literature, especially in poetry. So let's see what came in that year, 2014. Listen, dear bride. Oh, my sister, listen. From this day, you won't go dancing. From this day, you won't go to dance. From this day, you won't go dancing. You will dance only on the path to the river. My sister, will you listen? From this day, you won't sit chatting. From this day, you won't sit to chat. From this day, you won't sit chatting. You will only chat on the path to the farm. Daughter of my mother, listen. From this day, you won't enjoy teasing. From this day, you won't enjoy to tease. From this day, you won't enjoy teasing. You will only tease the baby on your lap. Listen, my dear sister. You will dance only on the path to the river. You'll chat only on the path to the farm. You'll tease only the baby on your lap. From this day, life will change. Have you heard, daughter of my mother? You will not go dancing. Dance today. You will not sit chatting. Chat today. You will not enjoy teasing. Tease today. From this day, life will change. Wow. Now, one thing you'll have to realize here is there is the persona, of which we know that the persona is the speaking voice in the poem. The persona is addressing the person they call in the first line of the first stanza, bride. And a bride is a lady to be married. Okay? So, he's giving, or rather she is giving instructions to this person that from today henceforth, they will not enjoy what they have been enjoying. And the activities that this person being addressed has been enjoying is teasing. And this is highlighted in the fourth stanza, just up there, that you'll only dance on the path of the river. The person being addressed would enjoy dancing. They would also enjoy chatting, They will also enjoy teasing. And then at this moment, we are told that things have changed. That's why in the last stanza, we see that it is now pointing out especially things that this person used to do. You'll not go dancing, dance today. In other words, their time has come to the end. Their time to dance is just about to end. Dance today, chat today, tease today. Life has changed from today henceforth. Now let's take the second reading of this poem so that we understand it even much better. Now you'll see that in the instruction we are given, the poet, or rather the writer, has told us that this piece is a song. Read the song below and answer the questions that follow. Now, poetry has features that make it to be singable, or rather musical. And these features include alliteration, we have rhyme, we have what we call repetition. All this enhance what we call the singability of the poem. So in this poem, we have those features. And let's see if we shall be asked a question about technique, or rather the features that make this poem to be a song. We shall see if we shall have it later in this lesson. Now let's take the second reading. Listen, dear bride. Oh, my sister, listen. From this day you want to go dancing. From this day you want to go to dance. From this day you want to go dancing. You will dance only on the path to the river. My sister, will you listen? From this day you won't sit chatting. From this day you won't sit to chat. From this day you won't sit chatting. You'll only chat on the path to the farm. Daughter of my mother, listen. From this day you won't enjoy teasing. From this day you won't enjoy to tease. From this day you won't enjoy teasing. You'll only tease the baby on your lap. Listen, my dear sister, you'll dance only on the path to the river. You'll chat only on the path to the farm. You'll tease only the baby on your lap. From this day life will change. Have you heard, daughter of my mother? You will not go dancing. Dance today. You will not sit chatting. Chat today. You will not enjoy teasing. Tease today. From this day, life will change. Wow, that's good. Now let's get to the segment of questions and we see what are some of the aspects or what was tested in that year. All right, let's see the first question saying what? What or who do you think are the singers of this song? Now, because it is a song, then there should be a group of people who have been singing to this particular audience, and this audience, the person they are singing to, is the bride, the person to be married, the girl who is to be married. Now, whom do you think is the one singing? And I've given you two answers there. We have the friends of this bride, the unmarried people, because they understand especially things that the unmarrieds enjoy. These include playing, teasing, chatting, doing all manner of dances. And then I have also said that this song may have also been sung by the married because they understand what entails marriage, what is in this marriage, what happens in marriage. They have told us you only play with a child on your lap, you tease the child on your lap, you dance as you go to the farm, to the water, like that. So they know the restrictions that come to people who are married as opposed to the freedom that is in the lives of the unmarried. Hope you understand. Next question says what? Identify two features which qualify this text as a song? And I think that was our earlier question we had asked ourselves, that poetry can have features that make it to be like a song. Now, what are some of these features? I had already highlighted some of them, but if you don't mind, we can see some of them that I've given you right here. I've said that repetition, you'll see that in all the stanzas, lines 2, 3, and 4 are very similar. Stanzas 4 and 5 basically repeat what is in the earlier stanzas. We also have what we call regular rhythm pattern. Now, the stanzas have 5 lines each, and the lines are very close in length, structure, organized. It has stanza, and each stanza has 5 lines. So that kind of lineation, now the organization of lines in a poem is what we call lineation. It enhances what we call musicality. Why? Because it brings out what we call regular rhythm pattern. Now, we also have what we call direct address. We see that the person speaking in the poem is directly addressing the bride, as we have been given in the first stanza. Line 1, listen, dear bride, direct address. All right, so we have some piece of advice. The candidate should quote from the poem, not mentioning lines. So it's good that you, in attempting this, you quote, you bring out that quote from the line. Now, take for example, you're talking about repetition. Please ensure that you bring that particular line that has been repeated. Then also on rhyme or other rhythm, talk about it, and also the direct address, where exactly, like I had already given you, line 1, direct address. And we also see where the persona says, daughter of my mother, direct address. Let's see the next question. Briefly explain what the society's expectation of a married woman are according to the song. Now, this question is giving us now to, is allowing us, like I had already told you, that literature is the mirror of the society. This question wants us to give a light to what happens in our society relating to what has been highlighted in the poem. What do the society expect of women who are married? You're married, what happens, or what do people expect of you? All right, I have this for you, dear student. The society expects married women to, number 1, fetch water. Now, you'll understand where in the poem what has been spoken about. To work on the farm, they're also supposed to have babies and take good care of them. They are not to spend time idling or chatting. They are not to go on dancing. And they are not to enjoy teasing. They only tease the baby on their lap. That is the society's expectation of married women. Next question. Give 2 purposes that this song can serve. What are the purposes that this song serves towards? I have given you, it is meant to educate. Basically to give light to the unmarried to understand what exactly is needed of them, or rather expected of them in marriage. It is a kind of educational. It is also entertaining. Of course, it is sung during a wedding or a marriage ceremony. And then it also communicates and cautions the society's expectation to the bride. And then it also teases a little the bride during the wedding day, or rather the marriage day. Next question says, how do you think a bride responds when this song is sung during a wedding? How do you think, or rather, what do you think they respond? How should they respond? Now, the first part there, we say that the bride sometimes also would laugh, of course smiles, or rather feels amused, smiles. Perhaps she has done it to many other brides in the past. Of course, it is her turn now to be sung to, so it is like a payback time. And then also on the other part, the bride would also weep, or rather becomes sad, or rather cries, or even frowns because, yeah, she's being brought to the realization of what is expected of her. Oh, so there is no more dancing. So there is no more teasing. There is no more chatting. Oh, so she gets to understand the reality of being called a married woman. And then she would also act deviantly to mean that what they are saying will not be her experience. She's ready for whatever lies ahead of her. Yeah. And then also there will be some kind of fear. She's uncertain. There is some kind of an apprehension, doubt in her. So that is some kind of reaction that she would show if the song is sung to her. All right. So let's see part F. What is the relationship between the fourth stanza and the stanzas that come before it? Now, you remember the fourth stanza, the way it was summarizing what is expected of the married woman. Now let's see the answer there. The fourth stanza summarizes the significant content in the first three stanzas. Going on the river, going to the farm, taking care of babies. The fourth stanza summarizes, or rather concludes, emphasizes the message in the song. Yeah, that is basically what happens in the fourth stanza. So part G, explain the effect of using the phrase daughter of my mother instead of my sister. Now, the person, or rather the persona, changes tone and says daughter of my mother. But initially he was saying, or rather she was saying, that the bride, listen dear bride. So from nowhere again he changes and says daughter of my mother. Now how effective is this? How effective is this? Could this be bringing out the seriousness of the talk, or rather the instruction? All right, let's see what I have for you here. Now the phrase daughter of my mother is more endearing. Okay? In other words, trying to bring to this person that what is being talked about is not to be taken lightly. It is serious. Now you're getting to a marriage institution and things are very much serious there. All right, marking instructions, you must use grammar. Grammar is grammar, my friends. Do not end up playing about it. If it is spellings, please do it well. There should be a good punctuation, especially, you see the quotes up there. And the answer must remain the way it is. Now, I want to appreciate you and hope that this becomes so much helpful to you. And you can give me feedback, and I'll be so much glad. All right, those are the numbers, and that is the contact line. Please, you are welcome for any comments and compliments. I've been your teacher, Ronald Sakaja. Till next time, bye-bye.